Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Have you ever wondered if a forgotten penny from the final year of World War II could be hiding unimaginable value right inside your home? Could a simple brown cent, struck during one of the most turbulent chapters in American history, secretly be worth hundreds, or even thousands today? Stay right where you are, because the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny might just be the next historic treasure sitting quietly inside your old coin jar, waiting to reveal its true worth. Welcome back to Valuable Coins HD, where we uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary pieces of American coinage that most collectors overlook. Today, we journey deep into the story, secrets, and stunning value potential of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, one of the most fascinating coins produced at the close of World War II. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny wasn't just another 1-cent coin rolling off U.S. mint presses, it was a symbol of victory, resilience, and national recovery. As American soldiers were returning home and the world shifted into a post-war era, over 1 billion Lincoln cents were minted across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these coins carries history locked within its copper shell, and some varieties are far more valuable than you might imagine. Let's start with the basics. The 1945 issue was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark beneath the date, Denver with a bold D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S. All 3 versions feature the beloved wheat reverse design created by Victor David Brenner, showcasing Lincoln's noble portrait on the obverse, and the iconic wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. This classic design, used from 1909 to 1958, remains a cornerstone of numismatic history and remains one of the most collected series in the United States. One detail that sets the 1945 cent apart is its composition. After the steel penny experiment of 1943, the mint returned to the traditional bronze alloy, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving the coin its rich, warm hue. These 1945 bronze cents were struck in tremendous quantities, but despite their large mintage, not all 1945 pennies are created equal. Some contain tiny errors, subtle misstrikes, and dramatic variations that today's collectors aggressively chase in high grades. Let's examine the Philadelphia 1945 cent first. With more than 1 billion struck, this version is the most common in circulation, yet pristine examples certified in mint state red are stunningly difficult to locate. Many were heavily used during the post-war economic boom, leaving only a small number of top-grade survivors. Well-preserved pieces displaying full luster, sharp details, and clean fields can command huge attention from serious collectors. Next, we look at the 1945 D from Denver. Denver was well known for producing sharply struck coins, and the 1945 D tends to show excellent clarity and crisp definition on Lincoln's beard, coat, and facial features. But even with great striking quality, high-end red specimens remain rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for full brilliance and minimal contact marks. Keep an eye on any 1945 D with die cracks, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes, because these special varieties can elevate value dramatically. Now let's travel to San Francisco, home of the 1945 S wheat penny. Although fewer were minted compared to the Philadelphia and Denver issues, the 1945 S still exists in large numbers, but again, condition determines everything. What collectors truly crave are ultra-high-grade red examples, displaying radiant color and perfect strike quality. The San Francisco mint is known for its unique mint mark styles, so any irregularities, such as repunched S varieties or doubled features, can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary find. One of the most exciting elements of the 1945 wheat penny series is the wide variety of recognized errors and anomalies. Watch for classic mistakes like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks spreading across Lincoln's coat, doubled dies showing on the date or lettering, and repunched mint marks. Even minor errors can be worth far more than face value, and dramatic ones can explode in value depending on condition and demand. Collectors also pay close attention to the color designation of any 1945 wheat penny. Each coin is graded as brown, red-brown, or red, and those graded red are by far the most valuable. Full red examples have survived the past 80 years without toning or darkening, making them incredibly special and significantly more desirable. It's these brilliant survivors that often record the highest prices at auctions. Before we reveal the record-breaking values, it's important to remember that the biggest price jumps occur in the highest certified grades. Coins graded MS66, MS67, or higher are truly rare for this year, especially with full red color. If you find one in your collection with glowing luster, minimal scratches, and razor-sharp detail, you might have something worth sending to a professional grading service. Now it's time for the moment collectors wait for: the real-world market prices and verified highest auction results for the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. A stunning 1945 Philadelphia cent graded MS67 red sold for nearly $3,000 at auction, proving that top-quality examples can command powerful prices. The 1945 D wheat penny has achieved even stronger results, with MS67 red specimens reaching beyond $4,000 in competitive bidding. And the 1945 S has delivered some of the most impressive outcomes, with elite MS67 red examples selling for over $5,000 due to their incredible rarity in such pristine condition. So if you ever come across a bright, fully lustrous 1945 wheat penny, whether it's from the basement, a coin roll, or your grandfather's old collection, don't underestimate it. Mint mark variety, striking quality, color designation, and condition can transform this humble wartime penny into a powerful, high-value collectible that every serious numismatist wants in their collection. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1944 S wheat penny, a coin forged during the final push for victory in World War II, and one that carries a legacy of survival, scarcity, and surprising value. The year 1944 was a monumental moment for the United States Mint. After the experiment with steel cents in 1943, the Mint returned to a bronze alloy composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The metal for those 1944 cents came from recycled shell casings used in wartime ammunition plants, giving every 1944 penny, including the S Mint mark, a direct link to America's wartime efforts. These coins aren't just currency, they're relics of American determination and industrial power. The 1944 S wheat penny was produced at the San Francisco Mint, identifiable by the small S Mint mark located just below the date on the obverse. San Francisco struck over 282 million of these bronze cents, but despite this high number, condition and preservation drastically reduced the available pool of high-grade survivors. Most were heavily circulated during the booming post-war economy, leaving only a fraction in top mint state grades. The obverse of the 1944 S features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner, a design that has remained on the cent for over a century. The reverse shows Brenner's classic wheat ears design, symbolizing strength, growth, and American productivity. Even though millions were minted, striking variations at the San Francisco Mint make certain examples more desirable than others, especially those with crisp wheat lines and full definition in Lincoln's hair and beard. What truly excites collectors about the 1944 S wheat penny are the potential errors and die varieties that emerged during its production. The San Francisco Mint was known for frequent repunched mint marks during this period, which means many 1944 S pennies display RPM varieties where the S was punched more than once. These RPM varieties are extremely popular among collectors and can elevate a common penny into a highly valuable collectible. Another variety to watch for is the 1944 S wheat penny struck on a leftover 1943 steel planchet, one of the U.S. Mint's most famous transitional errors. These rare mistakes occurred when steel blanks from 1943 accidentally found their way into the 1944 production run. A genuine 1944 S steel cent is considered one of the ultimate rarities in American numismatics, commanding prices in the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars when authenticated by major grading services. Collectors also search for dramatic visual errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks running across Lincoln's coat or the wheat ears, clipped planchets, and doubled features in the legends or the date. Any 1944 S penny exhibiting clear, dramatic mechanical errors can be worth significantly more than its standard counterpart, especially when certified in high grade and with strong eye appeal. Color designation also plays a critical role in determining the true value of a 1944 S wheat penny. Grading services categorize these cents as brown, red-brown, or red, with full red examples being the rarest and most desirable. Because copper naturally darkens over time, finding a radiant, bright red 1944s is incredibly difficult, and these coins attract fierce bidding from both advanced collectors and registry set competitors. High-grade examples of the 1944s wheat penny are much rarer than most collectors realize. A majority of these coins were circulated immediately after World War II, which means mint state survivors, especially those graded MS-66 or higher, are exceptionally scarce. Only a very small percentage of 1944s wheat pennies ever achieve top-tier certification levels with perfect strike, clean surfaces, and brilliant color. Now let's reveal the thrilling part every collector waits for: the highest verified market prices and real auction records for the 1944s wheat penny. A spectacular 1944s graded MS-67 red by PCGS has sold for more than $4,000 at auction, proving how dramatically color and condition drive value. But the most astonishing sales come from the ultra-rare 1944s steel cents, where authenticated examples have sold for over $300,000, making them some of the most sought-after transitional errors in the world. So the next time you see that humble 1944s wheat penny in your coin jar, your change drawer, or your inherited family collection, remember this: its value depends on far more than its date and mint mark. Color, strike, preservation, and potential errors all play a powerful role, and even a simple wartime penny can transform into a stunning prize for the sharp-eyed collector. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing post-war coins ever minted, the 1946 wheat penny. This coin marks the return of America to a peacetime economy, and every detail, from its metal composition to its production numbers, reveals a nation rebuilding, recovering, and pushing forward with renewed strength. The year 1946 represents a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage. It was the first full year after the end of World War II, and with wartime steel cents finally gone, the mint returned permanently to bronze planchets composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. But here's the fascinating twist: the copper used for 1946 cents came from melted-down wartime shell casings, forging each penny into a symbol of victory and transformation. The 1946 wheat penny was struck at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each mint produced millions, but condition, strike strength, and unique minting variations mean that not all 1946 pennies are created equal. High-grade examples, especially in full red color, are highly sought after by collectors who appreciate the artistry and history of early post-war U.S. coinage. Let's begin with the Philadelphia issue, the most common of the three. Over 991 million were minted, but despite the huge number, few survive today in pristine mint state red. These coins circulated heavily during America's post-war economic boom, and many show wear, darkening, or loss of original luster. Finding one with glowing surfaces, razor-sharp details, and minimal contact marks can be far more challenging than most collectors expect. Next, we move to the 1946 D wheat penny from Denver. Known for producing coins with excellent strike quality, the Denver Mint delivered cents with crisp details on Lincoln's hair, coat, and beard lines. Yet even here, superb red examples in MS-66 or MS-67 remain incredibly rare, making them prime targets for serious collectors and registry competitors seeking top-tier specimens for their sets. And then we arrive at the 1946s from San Francisco, a mint known for its distinctive mint mark styles and occasional irregularities in punch placement. The 1946s wheat penny had a mintage of over 198 million, but high-grade red examples remain difficult to locate due to circulation and the natural toning of copper. Sharp strikes and clean surfaces elevate the best 1946s coins into elite collectibles. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting 1946 wheat pennies is the wide variety of fascinating die errors and anomalies found across all three mints. Collectors actively search for dramatic double dies, repunched mint marks, clipped planchets, die cracks stretching across Lincoln's portrait, and off-center strikes. These errors can transform a common penny into a rare and valuable specialty piece that commands strong premiums in today's market. Among the most popular varieties are the 1946D and 1946S RPM errors, where the mint mark was punched into the die more than once, creating a doubled or tripled mint mark appearance. These RPM varieties are highly collectible and often listed in major variety catalogs, making them an essential part of any serious wheat penny collection. Color designation also plays a major role in determining the true value of a 1946 wheat penny. Coins are graded as brown, red-brown, or red, and those with full red luster are the most treasured. Because copper darkens naturally over the decades, finding a luminous red example from 1946 is exceptionally difficult, and these coins regularly command significant premiums at auctions and private sales. Now let's reveal the real-world excitement: verified highest market prices achieved for the 1946 wheat penny at major auctions. A spectacular 1946 Philadelphia cent graded MS-67 red has sold for more than $3,000. The 1946D has performed even better, with blazing red examples in MS-67 reaching over $4,000. And the 1946S has achieved equally impressive results, with top-grade red examples selling for more than $5,000 due to their rarity in such exceptional condition. So the next time you come across a 1946 wheat penny in a family collection, an inherited coin jar, or a forgotten box in the attic, take a closer look. Its mint mark, its color, strike quality, and even the tiniest errors could transform this humble post-war cent into a historic and valuable piece of American numismatics. Today, we journey into the world of the 1956 wheat penny, a coin that sits near the end of the wheat series and yet still offers dramatic value potential, exciting errors, and incredible demand among collectors. The year 1956 was a turning point for the United States Mint. America was booming, the post-war economy was strong, and the mint produced massive quantities of Lincoln cents to keep up with increasing national commerce. Unlike wartime coins, the 1956 penny returned fully to the stable 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc bronze alloy, giving the coins a rich, deep red tone when fresh from the presses. The 1956 wheat penny was struck at two mints, Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, with the D mint mark placed just below the date on the obverse. These two issues form the backbone of the final years of wheat penny production, which ended just 2 years later in 1958. Because of this, the 1956 penny remains highly collectible as part of the closing chapter of one of the most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. Let's begin with the 1956 Philadelphia issue, of which more than 420 million were struck. While that may seem like a large number, collectors know that condition is everything. Most of these coins circulated for decades, losing their original luster, developing spots, or toning brown. But stunning mint state red examples with full brilliance and sharp strike characteristics are much rarer than expected and attract fierce attention at auctions. Next, we travel to the 1956 D wheat penny from the Denver Mint, which produced more than 1 billion coins, an astonishing number even for the era. But here's the twist: the Denver Mint was notorious for mint mark punching issues during this decade, and as a result, the 1956 D is filled with repunched mint mark varieties, die breaks, and minor mechanical errors that collectors absolutely love. These unique pieces elevate the 1956 D from common to collectible very quickly. The design itself remains one of the most enduring symbols of American coinage. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse stands as a tribute to leadership and unity, while the reverse features the iconic wheat ears, symbols of growth, prosperity, and American agricultural strength. Collectors appreciate the strong, bold lines found on late-series wheat pennies, especially when the coin is well struck and free from wear. One of the most captivating aspects of the 1956 wheat penny is its error and variety potential. Collectors frequently encounter die cracks across Lincoln's coat, die breaks forming raised bumps or lines, off-center strikes that partially cut off the design, and the highly desirable repunched mint mark varieties, where the D appears doubled or even tripled. These varieties are fully catalogued and intensely collected, making the 1956 D one of the richest wheat penny years for variety hunters. Another dramatic and extremely rare variety is the 1956 double die obverse, a sought-after variety showing doubling in the date, Liberty, or the motto above Lincoln's head. While rare, any authentic double die from this year is extremely valuable, especially in high grade with strong color and minimal abrasions. This is exactly the kind of hidden treasure that collectors dream of discovering in old rolls or inherited boxes. Color designation plays a massive role in the value of the 1956 wheat penny. Grading companies assign the colors brown, and red, with red being the highest, brightest, and rarest classification. Copper darkens naturally over time, so finding a radiant, fiery red example from 1956, untouched, uncirculated, and perfectly preserved, is a true prize, especially when the coin is in mint state 66 or higher. Now let's get into what collectors love most, the real, verified highest auction prices for the 1956 wheat penny. The Philadelphia issue has reached heights of over $2,000 for stunning MS-67 red examples. The 1956 D has performed even stronger, with extraordinary MS-67 red coins selling for more than $3,000 at major auctions. And when it comes to rare era varieties, especially dramatic repunched mint marks or double dies, some pieces have sold for far higher, depending on rarity and condition. So the next time you come across a 1956 wheat penny, don't dismiss it as ordinary. Look closely at the mint mark, the color, the strike, and any potential doubling or die breaks. Even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survive today with the pristine beauty, rare varieties, or exceptional condition required to command serious collector value. Today, we explore the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin born during a booming era of American prosperity, yet filled with surprises that even seasoned collectors sometimes miss. The year 1953 was a defining moment in the United States Mint's mid-century production. America was experiencing economic growth, consumer expansion, and rapid change, and the mint was producing huge quantities of coins to keep up with national demand. The 1953 wheat penny continued the long-standing 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc bronze composition that collectors love for its rich, warm color and beautiful mint luster. 3 U.S. mint facilities struck the 1953 wheat penny: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each mint produced a large number of coins, but as collectors know, true rarity lies not in mintage totals but in preservation, strike quality, color, and unexpected varieties that set certain examples far above the rest. Let's begin with the 1953 Philadelphia issue, with a mintage of over 256 million coins. While this number may seem massive, truly stunning uncirculated examples, especially those displaying full red color, are far scarcer than most collectors realize. Philadelphia strikes from this era can vary in sharpness, and coins with strong details in Lincoln's beard, coat, and hair are highly prized by serious collectors. Next, we move to the 1953 D wheat penny from the Denver Mint, which produced more than 700 million coins. But here's where things get exciting. The Denver Mint during the 1950s was known for repunched mint mark varieties, mechanical doubling, and fascinating die errors. This makes the 1953 D one of the richest years for variety hunters, with numerous collectible RPM varieties that show doubling, tripling, or even shifting of the D mint mark. And then we come to the 1953 S wheat penny from San Francisco, one of the final years the S mint struck wheat pennies before production ended in 1955. With just over 181 million coins minted, the 1953 S is known for its attractive strikes, unique die characteristics, and occasional mint mark anomalies. High-grade red examples from San Francisco are especially desirable and much harder to locate than lower-grade circulated pieces. Victor David Brenner's classic design continues to shine on the 1953 issue, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears framing the denomination on the reverse. What collectors especially cherish are sharply struck examples where the wheat lines appear fully defined and the obverse devices show crisp detail, qualities increasingly rare as the coins age and tone. Now let's explore the thrilling world of 1953 wheat penny errors and varieties. Collectors actively search for off-center strikes that reveal portions of the blank planchet, clipped planchets where the coin is missing a curved section, die cracks that create raised lines across the fields, and die chips that form raised blobs within the date or lettering. Any dramatic error from 1953 can bring strong attention in the marketplace. One of the most desirable varieties is the 1953 DRPM, where the mint mark was punched more than once. These varieties feature clear doubling or tripling of the D and are highly collectible, with some listed in major variety catalogs such as the Cherry Picker's Guide. Strong RPM examples can significantly increase the value of an otherwise ordinary 1953 D wheat penny. Color designation plays a major role in determining value for 1953 cents. Grading companies assign the designations brown, and red, with red being the brightest, most vibrant, and rarest. Pure red 1953 wheat pennies, those that kept their original mint glow after nearly 70 years, are exceptionally hard to find and command powerful premiums at auction. High-grade 1953 wheat pennies are far rarer than their mintage numbers suggest. Most circulated extensively throughout the 1950s, 60s, and beyond, making pristine mint state examples difficult to locate. Coins graded MS-66 and especially MS-67 are elite survivors, attracting experienced collectors who compete fiercely for the sharpest, brightest specimens available. Now let's reveal the thrilling real-world auction results and market prices for the 1953 wheat penny that collectors love to hear. A stunning 1953 Philadelphia wheat penny graded MS-67 red has sold for more than $3,000 at auction. The 1953 D has reached even higher levels, with superb MS-67 red examples selling for over $5,000. And the 1953 S wheat penny, known for its rarity in top grade, has delivered powerful results, with MS-67 red coins reaching beyond $4,000 when competition heats up. So the next time you encounter a 1953 wheat penny, whether it's buried in an old coin jar, tucked inside a childhood collection, or found in a roll you're searching, don't underestimate it. A rare mint mark variety, a vibrant red color, a sharp strike, or a dramatic error could turn this ordinary mid-century penny into a valuable and thrilling collectible. Thank you for watching Valuable Coins HD, the home of powerful numismatic knowledge and incredible hidden treasures. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so more collectors can join you on this exciting journey through America's rare coins. Keep searching, keep learning, and stay inspired. The next great coin discovery might be closer than you think.